Hi, I'm Life Coach Landry, and the topic is how to stop dieting and diet the right way. Okay? 3 keys to sane, sustainable weight loss. Most people, the reason they fall and they falter is because you come out too hard, too strong. So I don't mean to minimize how very real the challenge of weight loss is, but studies show that when you lose weight, your body increases appetite signals to maintain its equilibrium. So it's trying to get you back to where you were because it's freaking out because you've lost too much weight too fast. Okay. So I'm going to give you some key principles that have worked for my clients in the past. And I've had some huge ways and challenges to overcome with some of my clients. I had a client that weighed 100 pounds more than they wanted to weigh, and we've gotten them down. They've lost, I think we're at 67 pounds right now. So, I mean, there are some ways you can do things without having to have surgery and jump in there and do crazy stuff, okay? Number one, I want you to stop going to extremes, okay? Anytime, you make extreme changes to your body and you start doing things and there's a lifestyle, there's a predictable boomerang effect that you're deprived of because, you're stressed by the extreme discipline at some point. Okay. You have to break down and you have to ditch the diet that's crazy like that. Okay. Typically, that involves a lot of calories and fat and sugar and stuff that you're trying to get rid of because you've just been eating so bad. So you're like, I'm going to hit the ground running like a champ. Although I love the motivation, some people feel so hopeless after years of failing to maintain that kind of thing that they think that working out just isn't for them. So in other words, bring your extreme to reality. Okay. In these cases, I tell people not to be too hard on themselves. Failure and small little increments is inevitable. It's going to happen along the way. It's natural to have these sort of things happen. Simply, I want you to get back on. I want you to start again. Okay. This is revolutionary to some people because after all, once you've fallen off the wagon, it doesn't mean falling back on is just a horrible thing to do because you fell off. So it's one of those, you fell off so that you could get back up. The whole point is to know you're testing your limits in a little way, but going extreme means you're probably going to fail every time because you'll never be able to keep it going, right? So it doesn't have to be that way. Don't criticize yourself. Don't shame yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just start again. It's really no big deal. I tell everybody, repetition is the mother of skill. As long as you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, eventually it's going to become such a part of you, it will no longer have that chore effect to you where it's like, oh, I got to work out today. Okay. It's still no big deal. Just start again. There's no shame. You don't need talks or insults. Use the phrase instead, I'm normal. This is predictable. It happens to almost everyone. It's okay. I'm going to get back in my rhythm. Okay, repetition is the mother of skill. Number 2, it's essential to enjoy what you're eating. I don't know why people think all of a sudden I've got to start eating nothing but vegetables and drinking these green-looking shakes. No healthy lifestyle pattern will stick for a lifetime, okay, unless you enjoy it in some capacity. And life's way too fucking short to eat foods you fucking hate. Okay, so don't try to replace the cheeseburger you crave with a salad unless you actually like salads. I, for one, don't. They're not nearly as satisfying enough to me. But what you could eat, and a healthier choice, than a cheeseburger might be skipping the cheese or in the fries and just eating a burger. Or having a salad on the side and just a regular burger. Something, that I do all the time when I go to restaurants. I haven't had cheese on a burger in 5 years. And I did that on purpose. I want to see if I could do it. And when I get a Coke or I go eat a meal, I get the kids' meal. Right? Because the idea is I'm still getting the food I want. I'm just eating a much lesser quantity of it. Okay. Find healthy alternatives to satisfy you so you have something still to look forward to because it takes time for your taste buds and cravings and habits to kind of, recondition and come over. Otherwise, they're going to crave that salt and that sweet and that, that kind of thing. So if you crave sweets and you're trying to quit sugar, a substitute would be something more like honey. Give something that can actually still give you some kind of a sugar, but more of a natural way. And the whole point is to eventually wean yourself down. Cold turkey doesn't work. Humans aren't built for it. Don't try it. You're wasting your time. You'll fail. You'll trip more than you'll ever have success. Okay. It's one of the things where you'll finally be in a place where you have the strength to fight the urges because repetition is the mother of skill. Number 3, I want you to choose changes that you can sustain. This is the most important one. Don't start anything unless you know you can do it 4 to 5 days out of every week. Okay, so if going to the gym, doing yoga, paying that $150 fee to go wherever to have a personal trainer, if you can't sustain this, then you shouldn't be doing it. You need to start doing something that you can commit to. And that if I said, for the rest of my life, do I think I can work out 3 to 4 times a week for 15 to 20 minutes? Maybe I can't do an hour, but I can probably do 15 to 20 minutes. That's sustainable. If you are a person that can do an hour, great. But if you can't, go with something sustainable. You know, my client recently had success with a highly, regimented, very nutritious meal plan. And she spent time, just grilling vegetables, grilling chicken, and doing all kinds of food and preparation. The meals were so beautiful and colorful. She said, I was continually posting to social media. The problem, as a busy businesswoman as she is, she simply just didn't have the time for this in her life. So as soon as the supervised program was over, she stopped cooking the meal. She stopped caring about it. She didn't post anything on social media. She even had someone post, hey, what happened to all your meals? If something doesn't fit into your life, then don't bother with it. Okay. Sure. It's useful and important, like I said, from a new habit to do it. But when you think of trying something new and healthy, like adding a green smoothie to your morning routine, ask yourself these questions. Is it easy to do? Do I enjoy the taste of it? Can I see myself doing it regular without much trouble? You need to be able to commit to all 3 of those versions. If you can't, then skip it. You find something in the middle. Find something a little 70-30, whatever. The whole point is to slowly condition yourself over to something you can sustain. Okay. When you're contemplating lifestyle changes around food and exercise to help lose weight, I want you to apply these 3 principles to increase your probability of lifelong success, because that's the goal here, right? Lifelong success. Avoid extremes, choose foods and alternatives that you enjoy, and be honest with yourself about certain new habits and food choices that are good for you. There's no shame, just reality and truth. Okay? I want you to remember that. There's no shame in being honest with yourself, and there's no shame in not being that person that has the veins popping out of their muscles when they're at their gym, and there's no shame in the fact that you're not there 7 days a week. What's a shame is when you're not doing what you can be doing with what you got. Remember, be the best version of yourself. Okay. So I hope this helped you. And if you want to bury yourself kind of deep down in the sand and not really get after these things, that's okay. But if you want to make a change, you can contact me at the email below, and I can work with you personally over the phone, email, video chat, whatever. A lot of people are surprised that I work with people over email. They'll just email me their stories, and I'll email them back the information and things like that. And if you just want to show your appreciation because you got value from this video, you can click on the donation link below, and I will talk to you soon.